Hello, hello. So, like everybody, I guess, involved in the digital world, I have been following the release of BARD, the release of the new Bing, obviously ChatGPT, all of this stuff. And um, specifically with BARD and, the new Bing, two things stand out to me specifically. Number one is, how will this change search behavior fundamentally? And I think there's sort of different areas. Like if you're on a pure trying to figure out sort of a non-specific piece of information, I guess. You're trying to simply do some research. Well, in that case, yeah, actually asking ChatGPT, as we know, can be really, really helpful. However, I think for some of those more transactional types of searches, like what's the best plumber near me, what's a good Mexican restaurant on 17th Ave, etc., etc. Like, I'm struggling to see. I mean, I'm sure I'll be proved wrong, but I'm struggling to see how what we're seeing from BARD and ChatGPT will replace that. So I find that really, really interesting, and I think I've already seen some good discussion around that. Like, how will this change search behavior? And I think the other interesting point at the moment is that BARD is not, the early indications that we've seen are that it's not actually attributing back to publishers. So, I think that is going to be a big debate over the next, as we see more and more of this happening. The other bit that really interests me is how is this going to be monetized? And I guess it will depend on user uptake. We've already seen ChatGPT has become the fastest growing digital app or app product service whatever ever. It's reached 100 million users far, far, far more quickly than Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, all of those big guys. Now, I think that will depend. Obviously, it's got a lot of buzz around it. There was a lot of buzz around Clubhouse. Now, I don't think many people are using it. This, however, I think is different. It's a more fundamental shift. So I'm sure, obviously, they've got plans for this, but how will it be monetized? How will they be looking at, what advertising would be available there? That's clearly going to be the primary revenue driver. Would there be some form of subscription model? We haven't seen too much of that from sort of any of the search platforms, really. It's been the bolt-on products to which they subscribe, and that is not a massive revenue driver. So I guess two and a half pieces there. I don't really have the answers, but those are the sort of main questions that I've been thinking about so far. I'm sure there's going to be plenty more coming our way. All right, cheerio.